The second character in our story is Scott Haefner, a contemporary kite aerial photographer who will use the latest digital cameras and radio control equipment to reproduce George Lawrence's famous photo of 1906.
I know, I saw that. I was thinking, wow, we should be out on the boat right now.
Clear sky, sparkling.
Scott will face many challenges.
These are the coasties up ahead of us. Do you see them?
Yeah, I did.
Matching Lawrence's methods, Scott will use kite aerial photography from a boat in San Francisco Bay. But Scott has to factor in aviation rules, maritime laws, and even new infrastructure. The captain's skill in piloting the boat will contribute to Scott's success or failure.
So you'll see pretty quick the relative heights of the ferry building, and I think you can see it right here. The top of the ferry building and the top of the financial district buildings.
San Francisco's ferry terminal, one of the few remaining buildings from the earthquake and fire, was the focal point of George Lawrence's photograph. With modern technology and this landmark, we can pinpoint where Lawrence captured San Francisco. Scott's challenge is to position his kite and camera over the same spot.
George Lawrence used a 130-degree angle field of view lens. With the panoramic camera that we've got to emulate a shot, we were shooting with the 93 field of view lens.
Okay. Because we're at a mile right now, so we're going to go above and then come back down. So I would say we need to get the kite ready.
Okay.
Okay.
So we're out over the point furthest out right now.
Yes,
Is that
that's
correct?
right. Yeah.
Okay.
We're past it, so I'll go in a little further in, so we can
Okay.
let you come back.
Is there, is it possible to go further out along that same line, or are we getting too
Yeah, that's
close
what I'm
to
doing.
the... Well, I'm thinking, because the point I gave you gives us very little margin of error.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so if we get actually a little bit further out, that gives
Well,
us...
that's what I was going to do. I was going to go right over near the island and then start coming back towards
Okay.
K1.
Okay. Yeah, because if we're on that same line but just further away, that gives me
gives you more
better
time
opportunity
to,
to... Well, not time, but just the field of view of my camera is limited in a way that we'll have to aim the camera perfectly if we're on that point to get it in.
Yeah.
And my concern is we start getting too close to the Bay Bridge of the island, but if we're not, then if we can get further back on that same line, that's ideal.
Yeah.
Because that'll give me just a little bit of margin of error on the camera, pointing the camera.
George Lawrence used 7 kites to lift his 49-pound camera. The kite is probably the one piece of equipment that hasn't changed much in the last 100 years. Scott assembles and uses an elegant 6-sided kite that's stable and ideal for lifting.
You're going to ask me for things, I'll pass it to you.
Okay, so you can assemble one of the spreaders. Okay, I think we're pretty much ready to launch down here, so... Thank you.
So Roger, I'm going to pass you this.
Scott attaches his camera to the kite line with a Pica system for stability.
I got it.
It's a system as old as Lawrence's photo.
Got it.
Radio control, Scott aims his camera.
First test shot, it worked. Okay. The winds aren't quite as strong now.
Doesn't get much better. No. You got the cloud formation. You got the clear blue sky.
We just need a little tiny bit more wind.
So you need a little bit more wind.
Really makes you appreciate what Lawrence did.
Yep.
And this is Scott Haefner's spectacular result. Not the same as Lawrence's, but San Francisco captured, nonetheless.